It's hard to imagine anything good coming from a gnarled old tree, but Thomas Blahnik understands the secret of the burl. These twisted, disfigured pieces of wood yield amazingly beautiful works of art. The grain of the wood dances to life as Thomas turns them carefully on his lathe. Join us as we follow an oak tree from the forest to fine art.
Neighbors in the area heard about the fact that Hardee's was coming in and figuring they were going to take down the trees, contacted Spruce Up Austin and wanted to know what we could do. A beautiful lot with old oak trees that are probably 150 to 200, even older, years old. So that's kind of how the project began, trying to save these trees.
My name is Tom Blahnik and I am from St. Charles, Minnesota. I take wood that is rough and I turn it into decorative bowls. Gretchen Ramlo was the first one to actually contact me looking for somebody that could possibly turn some bowls and just as memory of the trees that stood. A burl is a distress in a tree, and all tree species can acquire it. It's basically the tree trying to heal itself. And for the outer, it looks pretty nasty when you look at it from the outside, but the grain patterns in it are probably one of the most beautiful that a tree can produce.
It was probably about 3 weeks later. It was one of those terribly rainy days, and Tim Helleman, I believe his name was, who was a contractor for the project, called me and said, could you meet me on the lot and show me what we need to save from the trees? So I said, sure. So I, rubber boots and umbrellas, and we were tromping around out there, and I kind of showed him what we needed to save, because Tom Blahnik had told me what we needed to save, and he said, it's a go then, we'll do what we can.
The wood from this project is oak, and there's a couple sizable burls that will make some interesting bowls. Well, primary tool that I use to turn is bowl gouge, and I have different size gouges, but I'd say 70% of my turning I use my half-inch bowl gouge. It seems like it's the most important tool in my arsenal. I will core out probably about 5 or 6 bowls out of the burl. So the next step is I would finish the first bowl, and I would get that to the wall thickness that I want. And I try to go with the thinnest wall that I can, where the bowl will still keep its integrity. I think the idea of profile is something that evolves as you work in the art. You take a step back when you're turning, and you're looking at the form and how it evolves. And I think it gets to the point where you just feel this is right. Well, then it's a process of drying after you've shaped the wood, and wood will move. It definitely will move when it dries, and it's what we call checking and cracking when it moves. So I will put them in plastic bags along with newspaper, and then turn them around about every other day, flip them so that they'll dry slow enough that in maybe about 2 or 3 weeks I'll just let them be exposed to the air. After the bowl's dry, then I come back into the shop with it and start finishing it and sanding it, and then I spray lacquer the entire bowl after that point.
You know, I think as a volunteer at the Artwork Center and seeing all the beautiful things that the artists make, so to have these trees, it's another piece of our local environment that we're going to be able to save, and it's a beautiful piece of art. So we've done all of this, and Tom's got the wood to make the bowls, and I can hardly wait for the phone call when he said he's done, he's got the bowls ready, and he's coming to Austin with our bowls.
I hope that the community enjoys the bowls that I get from these burls. I think that everybody has their own niche. I've tried a lot of different things in my life, and it just feels like this is home, doing wood turning. I'm going to continue doing this till I can't do it anymore.